if you're Aries, born March 21st to April 19th, what can you expect for the month of April 2018? Let's tune in and find out. So I see you opening April with this huge heart energy, and at the same time, some of you may get pushed back. Some of you may get find out that some people in your life maybe are upset with you, or things are a little difficult, because I see like you have this huge heart energy, but then I'm seeing, you know, some pushback on that heart, which could mean that somebody's not in alignment with you, or they're not in the same place that you are in terms of an agreement, or that you were trying to co-create something and they're thinking something different than you. So there's a little pushback that is happening for you in April. You know, this is normal living, right? We all go through these ups and downs and experience people pushing back at us. And even though this is, for a lot of you, your birth month, an opportunity for you to be able to celebrate something good, it's important for you also to be able to receive and be in the flow, and not let the small things get you down. So Aries, you have this great opportunity this month to really just let go, breathe, and really take in the opportunity to shine and to feel good. So there's a lot of energy coming in. So we have a full moon that just happened on, and it's the second blue moon that just happened right in March. So on March 30th, so as we go right into this energy, you might have felt some conflict or some pushback, and maybe that's why I'm seeing this right away in the beginning of the month from that moon that just happened on March 30th. So the good news is as we move forward, there's this great energy that comes in with that moon, and sometimes that intensity of that energy is what can create some chaos around us. So just write it out, you'll be fine. Let's look more closely at personal relationships and see what's going on for you for the month, okay? So first of all, let's look at those of you that are in a coupled relationship, romantic relationship. Let's see what April has in store for you. Well, this is nice. So for some of you, you're really going to feel like your partner hears you, like they finally like get it, and they're paying attention to your needs. Now, it may be intermittent, but there will be moments in this month where you actually feel seen and you actually feel like your feelings matter. So you may see the other person relaxing around some ideas that you have, or actually being able to join your team, come on your side and go, yes, you know, I know what you're talking about. So I definitely feel a shift or adjustment that happens for your personal relationship. Now, for some of you, there's also just, you know, just done. I'm done. I know it's over. I don't want to go back. And if you're in that situation, you already know it. You don't need me to tell you that. And so this might be the month that you just let go. And Mercury retrograde ends April 15th. So if you're going to complete something, right, sometimes the retrograde brings that in to help us stop, redo, revamp, let go. We move forward after the retrograde, after the 15th, and that's when more clarity happens. So if you were going to do something like that, I would really kind of like plan it, but then I would just make sure that after the 15th you see the right way to handle things for yourself, the right direction to go. You're going to have a lot more clarity approaching the end of the month than, let's say, in the beginning of the month because of the retrograde. So I would just, you know, I would err on the side of caution. Don't jump to any conclusions. There's a lot of confusion in relationships. So these first 2 weeks of April can be a little clouded with our perceptions, and we may not really be hearing each other. But the last 2 weeks, there's much better energy, just all the way around. So you just want to temper your opinion, or temper the judgment or the ideas that you have in your relationship about something negative about your partner, right? Like, oh, they're not doing this, or they really don't care about that, because there's going to be clouded by confusion, and communication will be hampered. Last 2 weeks of the month, much better. Let's see if there's anything else for you. So I also feel like in this relationship, you have to take care of you. And a lot of times, you know, it's frustrating, right, to be in a relationship, and we want sometimes our partner to take care of us. But it's really important that you take care of you. Nobody will do it better than you. So knowing what that means, knowing what do I need to be happy in this relationship, what is going to satisfy me, what's going to nurture me, right? And to be able to allow yourself to sink into that without having to be over dramatic or overly intense with it, right? Like, you know, so when we can relax into something, the other partner's more likely to hear it and be accepting of what we need, as opposed to, you know, the old caveman style, right? Hitting them over the head and then dragging them and saying, this is how it needs to look, right? So being soft with yourself and soft with your partner is going to help you to be able to get what you want, especially those first 2 weeks. Okay, so anything else about that relationship? There's really great energy at the end of the month, like the 24th, 25th, 26th. I see this bright light. Some of you may be traveling, like the bumps in the road earlier. I feel your heart expanding, lots of love. So whatever you went through in that first week or two, and for some it just may be healing, right? It may just be that you're still grieving the loss of a loved one, or the loss of a business, or the loss of a beloved pet, right? So there's all of these reasons why we grieve. But I see by the end of April, just this renewed fullness inside of your heart and a greater sense of happiness and joy. So whatever you've gone through that has your heart a little bruised, just know that by the end of the month, I just feel like it's much fuller and you're back to yourself. Now, for those of you that are single, let's see what's going on for romance for you for April. Well, the first couple of weeks, I just really feel like you just need to enjoy yourself. Like, don't put a lot of energy into anybody that you meet. Really just, go with the flow. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. It's really just about you being in the flow and having fun and enjoying life and not being tripped up by anything. And if something does trip you up, laugh about it, right? Like, just don't give a lot of energy to anything that really kind of happens. Just whatever, no nonsense about it, whatever, that kind of energy. Around the third week of April, there's absolutely more opportunity to meet somebody, and this feels like somebody who is self-sustained, meaning there's somebody who's successful, they can handle themselves, they know what they want. There's a lot of clarity with these kind of people that are coming in for you, Aries, and you're going to have a lot of clarity about what you want. And I think also, when we're really clear about what we're looking for and we're really clear about what we want our partner to look like, it makes the universe easier to fill that for us. But you don't want to have a checklist of like 20 things deep, right? Because that makes it really hard. But you want to create, like your top 3 things, like they must be single, they must be ready to, whatever it is. But it's like only have 2 or 3 musts, and that makes it easier for the universe to send you what you need. But I definitely feel like love towards the end of the month, especially those last 10 days, really powerful and probable for a lot of you guys if you want it. And it's really up to you. All you have to do is just kind of let go and notice what's around you, because I feel like there's definitely opportunity around you. Okay, let's look and move into money and career and see what's available for you for April. So you're going to have to, if you've been sitting on something or waiting on something, I feel like this is the month when you're going to be able to get off your hands and start to generate and create what you've been waiting to do. And especially mid-month on, great opportunity just working fast and furious and having things come in. And I really see a lot of blessings come in. And there's also the right partnerships will align and happen. Some of you will find media being very easy for you. So you may have media outlets looking at you. You may end up in the newspaper or magazines, or have an article published, or have somebody who is noteworthy pick up your stuff or follow you, or give you a shout out on their Instagram, or so there's a lot of positive energy that are happening for the Aries career wise. And I see some doors opening up for you that can really make a difference. And for some of you Aries, there's like the cherry on the cherry on top of the cake, right? Like something really yummy, really good. You may find yourself picked up or accepted or get a job that you've been wanting for a long time. So a lot of you will have some dream job come in or dream opportunities come in. Like finally, like if you're an actor, you may find that, finally you get that part, right? Or finally you book a commercial. It's like that. But I see money and career kind of finally coming together. and it's delicious. It's not like some boring thing. It's really yummy, it's really good, and it's enviable, right? We all love that. So it's really delicious. So that's good. That feels like it could happen anytime. It could even happen as early as April 7th with the career information come in. I feel like that's a really good day. There could be information that comes in on that day. If you can avoid not signing anything, drag it out until the 15th, 16th, that would be even better. Just because when Mercury is retrograde, if you have to sign something, a lot of times it will limit or cap the potential of that. And so that's why if you can drag it out or say, you know what, I'm traveling this week, can I get it to you next week, without blowing up the deal, right? You don't want to blow up a deal and you don't want to lose anything. If you do have to sign, just double check and triple check, crossing the T's, dotting the I's, making sure you have it as good as you can get it. But if you can sign, April 16th, that would be even better and beyond, right? Anytime after April 15th when it goes direct, a day or two later is always best, to get as far away from that limiting energy, right? Because we want it to be limitless. We want these opportunities to be limitless. So that's the point. Okay, anything else about your career or money? Aries, you guys can manifest like that. You really can. You're very quick at manifesting. And once you get out of your way, right? Once you make a decision, this is what I want, that feels good to me, I trust that person, it just opens up. It's, you're like the seed. Well, and which is really interesting because the sign Aries is technically the first sign of the zodiac of the 12, right? So it really technically begins our new year with Aries. So you're seeding the energy for all 12 months. So Aries has this great capacity to influence everybody's, all the signs. And we're all under your influence this month, which I think is terrific because Aries really know what they want. They really, once they're settled on something, they can really manifest it and really go after it. So if you have an Aries moon or an Aries rising, this month you really want to just know what you want, focus on it, go for it. And especially towards the end of the month, it'll really open up and you'll manifest very quickly. And you influence other people. So there's a lot of opportunity for you to be the influencer and you to set the tone, you to set the stage. Hey, this is what this is going to look like. Hey, this is how it's going to be. And I don't mean in a demanding, arrogant way. I mean in a co-creative. What do you think about this? This feels really good. Would you consider it, right? And when you set the tone in a way that allows other people to get on board or that they somehow can participate in it, it's going to really just manifest through all the signs, and you're going to find yourself so much happier because you're going to be with your friends and people that you love and colleagues that you appreciate. So I really see you being able to be with people that you enjoy, right? So this is an opportunity to work with people that you love, connect with people, and if you haven't met them yet, there's great synergy here. So you may find, going back to love, some of you may actually fall in love at the end of the month through work. You may fall in love with your work and at work meet somebody that you love. So there's this great opportunity to marry the work and love relationship with this career shift that's going to happen towards the end of the month. There's definitely within the work element a budding romance happening. Now, whether that's just you end up doing what you love or there's somebody there that you do what you love with them as well, right? So it's like this great scenario. So I really feel lots of positive energy for Aries, especially towards the end of the month. Okay, and let's see if there's anything health-wise that you guys need to know about. So with all this energy coming in and kind of the intensity of the first 2 weeks of April, just like, getting bobbled around or knocked around and trying to stay grounded with just the miscommunication and the stuff that happens early in the month, it's really important that you keep your health up. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's about staying hydrated. It's about making sure that you're eating healthy, staying away from processed foods for a lot of you. Some of you may have allergies or sinus things that are happening. Just be gentle with yourself. They're showing me for some chamomile tea is something that's really calming. Things that are anti-inflammatory, any sort of B12s that help with the immune system are good for you guys. Liquid B12, anything like that to help you ride this kind of in this wave of intense energy, but it can also be, I don't want to, it's not intense negative, but it's like this, it's just a bright energy, and there's a lot of it, right? So this month is really good. You just want to don't be too bright that you end up burning people, right? Because the sun can burn as well. So just know that this energy is really positive, and when there's too much of it, it can go south. It can go negative. We can get burned out. We can get tired. We can burn other people. We can be short. Other people can be short with us. We can get bruised easily, emotionally. So, when we can be a little more tender these first 2 weeks, and some of us are coming off of some grief, some losses, and but by the end of the month, I feel like that's all clear, and I feel like your health is starting to blossom. I think some of you are starting to take better care of yourself, and you're going to see that continue throughout the month. So I like that a lot. All right, let's see if there's any final remarks for you guys that you need to look out for the month. So really, I'm just asking you to enjoy yourself and not to be too hard on yourself, because you guys can be driven and then you can be really hard on yourself. Or some of you want to be driven, but your own fears, your own admonishment of yourself, or the way you look, or how you are, or why did I say that, or what was I thinking that was stupid, or social anxiety, or regular anxiety, or just these doubts get in your way. And your job is just to table those, right? Just table them. That's okay. Just love yourself, integrate whatever it is. So what I mean by that is, if you're down on yourself, just stop and love that part of yourself. Like, it's okay. Everybody's got stuff. And the more that we can realize that everybody has an internal struggle with how they feel about themselves or the way they project themselves, if you can just love yourself and just stop and acknowledge that part of yourself, and just send it love, and try not to cut it off or be bitter about it, or God, why am I so stupid? Why am I thinking that? Or why did I say that? Just interrupt those patterns. The more that you can do that, the more relaxed you become, and the brighter you become, and the more at ease that you put everybody around you. Okay? So it's a great month, Aries. Happy birthday to those of you that are having birthdays in early April. And I wish you just the most, you guys are so bright, and there's so much energy here to shine. So it's just, there aren't really any words that I have to use around it. It's just you're out there doing it, loving it, and owning it. So go for it, Aries. Just be aware of how you interact with other people in the early part of the month. You don't want to come on too strong because they may kick back or go away. So just have an awareness around the first 2 weeks. Be a little more gentle, especially with yourself. And then the next 2 weeks are huge and full. We do have one other thing. We have a full moon on April 29th in Scorpio. And that's when a lot of these things may fall into place for you. Job, career, romance may all come together for you and really set your May in just like this feast. I just see you feasting in May. So the end of April kind of sets the tone, and in May is a huge feast. All right, Aries, have a terrific month. I look forward to connecting with you again next month. Thank you for watching the Intuitive Astrology. And if you would like, please comment below. And as always, please share with your friends. And I look forward to connecting with you again next month.